This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
Good evening.
That was my rock impression.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, I can't actually do the voice, but that one eyebrow.
The one eyebrow.
Actually, I can do both, but yeah, it looks like this.
Well, now you gotta do the voice. You do the caterpillar. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad for a guy that just tried doing the caterpillar once today, right now, for you guys live.
There it is. Live.
Another live Zoom cast, or are we calling this a stream cast, StreamYard cast?
Geek Pants live.
I can't remember if I showed this last time, but this was the Christmas gift I got from my niece.
Oh, brass blowjobs. Nice.
Yeah.
That looks actually quite large.
It is. It is. It could fit 2 cups of tea in there.
Wow. So you're gonna.
I only got one in there, but yeah, it was hilarious because she picked out the gifts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so of course I was like, well, I'm gonna use it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing that is a drawback though is it's clearly like for like left hands, because in my right hand you don't see
the logo.
Bass Pro Shop.
You're looking at it yourself.
Yeah, but it is kind of funny that she got me this like brass pro shops, because I'm like, yeah, all the fishing that I do.
Or maybe she's like, bass have big mouths like Uncle Chris.
You know what? That if she was older, I would say yes, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the case.
Good call. Good call.
But she's turning 4 this year, so she's not there 4? Yet. But
she's 4 already, eh? Wow.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Man, time's flying.
Yeah, well, that's how life is.
That's how life is. Yep. Especially the 30s. Gone.
Well, I think what's going to happen is that's exactly how we're going to look at it, though. Like we'll probably, it might be like in 5-year intervals where we might like hit 30 or 45, I guess now, and go,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I could have swore just 2 days ago I was 40, but you're right, I am 45.
You're right. I am halfway to 50 already.
And then, and this is how positive I am.
Yeah.
When we get to 50, we'll go, wasn't it just yesterday that we were 40? Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
And I think at that point, all of this will be gone for both of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll just be like 4 heads. Or I think by that point, would that be like a 5 head or a 6 head?
That, well, I don't know. I got more numbers on my head than I think you do.
Well, if I go like this.
Look at you. You're one wheelchair away from being Xavier.
Yeah, we're pretty like, I don't know. It's, if anything, we're even, or I think I might just edge you out, but I style it in such a way.
I think if you go fully bald, you should just go to like a busy setting and just stare at someone and just be like this.
Yeah, no, I am not sure what the harassment laws will be in the future. And like, I would hate to have to go to court with my wife and just be on the stand going, I was doing an Xavier impression because I'm a fucking idiot. That's my defense.
I would do it.
I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if it's in front of a jury, I might just lean in and go, ain't that just the way us guys always thinking we're funny? And then leave it. I'll probably go to jail.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so another live Camcast. We got a good one.
Yeah, something a little bit different, guys. We talk about it from time to time. Actually, I talk about it, and then you join in. But this one, I think we'll see what happens. It's a Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Yep.
So I thought it would be fun to just do like a prediction show.
Which is kind of fun because we have done our reviews of the Royal Rumble, but never a prediction of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
and for those that aren't into wrestling, 2 in a row, sorry.
Yeah, but also see you next time.
Peace out.
Watch us anyway, just because the views help us.
You should just keep watching because I'm gonna hit some funny Instaquestions at the end of this episode.
Oh right, I forgot about the Instaquestions.
We got some Instaquestions, and they're all anonymous. They're all anonymous.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least this time none of them are me because I forgot all about that. So I just didn't do them. So anyway, well, okay. So before we do the Instaquestions,
yes,
and we get to the Rumble,
yes.
I have to gush a little bit.
I kind of know what you're going to be gushing about, but
okay, I'm curious.
Titans.
Sorry?
Titans.
Okay, sorta. It's all under that Nightwing umbrella. It's all under the Nightwing umbrella. But yes, okay.
All right.
Honestly, it's because last month was the big Dick Grayson month where it was like we had World's Finest, we had Nightwing 100, we had Dark Crisis 7. You know what I mean? There was also Batman Confidential that had a Nightwing story in there. So that's quite a bit, and all of it was awesome. So much so that like I was just chomping at the bit to read Dark Crisis 7, and I couldn't wait to read Nightwing 100. Even though Nightwing 100 was kind of what I thought it was gonna be, and I'll get to that in just a second. But now, in January of 2023, they have positioned Nightwing to be pretty much the Superman anchor of the DCU. So they're finally saying no. He's one of the top guys, and we're going to across the board make sure that he is taken care of in every other book that he's in, and it's all just going to be pushing him as a main event player, which it's what I've wanted for years. It's what I've wanted since the New 52. In fact, when New 52 hit and they put him back into early 20s, just fresh out being Robin.
Yep.
And they kind of hinted at some of the stuff may have happened, but most of it didn't. I was like, because they took away all that Titans history. Yep. They put it back in later, but it was still just like,
it's a good time to be a Nightwing fan. You only had to go through a few years of Rick Grayson to get to it.
Well, that to be fair though, like then it was Grayson, Agent 37,
right?
Which I looked at like, okay, well, this could be a way to give him that sort of Titans experience that they took from him, back, right? And then build upon that. And then of course, Rebirth happened, and it was okay. Rebirth was all right for the most part, but this Tom Taylor run, it's exactly like I said it was. It was just a way of reestablishing Nightwing and reminding everybody that he is awesome and that Dick Grayson is awesome as well, and then creating that sporting cast, so building him up.
Yep.
So now it's going to establish Titans. The next couple of issues is going to establish Titans, right? And Titans are the Justice League right now. That's it. Yeah. They're the Justice League, which is awesome too.
A few months.
Sorry?
It's hilarious that they announced the team of Titans and then 2 hours later announced the Justice League is coming back in a few months.
Well, yeah, but that was always the plan. Like even at the end of Crisis and even at Nightwing, they hint.
Week. Like 1 week. Just Titans you can have this week.
I agree. They could have spaced it out. Yeah. They could have spaced it out. But my guess is now we start doing the Valley.
Okay.
So because we've talked about the comic books where you're essentially you're creating peaks, then you hit valleys because you have to, and then they just keep. So we've built up Nightwing here. Now we can start getting into a valley, and I think we're going to get back into just more of a structured comic book as opposed to just dragging everything out because they knew where they wanted him to be.
Right.
And they could only drag their heels for so long. So, but regardless, I am pumped. And the writings, Taylor and Redondo are on for the next, I don't know how long. And then, of course, with the Titan news, Tom Taylor reunites with Nicola Scott, and wow, I can't wait for that one.
I'm assuming Nicola is a woman.
Yes.
Okay. I was assuming so because Nicola sounds like a woman's name, but I've never actually.
But you can never tell, right?
I've never seen any photos of her or anything like that.
Right. So. Yeah, and I guess like I feel like she'd almost have to be a woman because when she drew that butt picture, right?
That was a good butt.
Well, I mean,
hey,
it's if you're a gymnast and all you do is fight crime and you're basically an acrobat doing it, you're gonna have a pretty nice ass.
You're gonna have a nice.
Have quads like this though.
Yeah,
you can't see like that. There we go. But so regardless, I am pumped, especially because I stopped hate reading Spider-Man a long time ago. Yeah, and feeling pretty good about it. I'm not feeling so good about Daredevil.
No,
I'm still intrigued on where it goes, but I'm not as excited to read every book. Unlike the Punisher, where I'm like, I can't wait.
You know what I did? You know what I did this morning?
What'd you do this morning?
I ordered the first trade for the Punisher.
Oh, buddy,
I'm a physical guy. I got to physically hold it.
So, buddy, you are in for a treat.
It's on its way. But can I read that without getting anything from Daredevil ruined for me? Or would you recommend me catching up on Daredevil before I hit?
No. Like, it's like the Daredevil stuff is very like in the background. Okay. Like it's Frank Castle's The Hand story primarily.
Okay.
It's they like he does show up, but I mean the gist of like the basic plot for Daredevil that's going on right now is all you really need to know. Like he's running the chase, he's leading it up, and he's basically making it so that they're a global, the global flip side to the Hand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So they will touch upon stuff like that, but it's not going to spoil anything. Yeah, it doesn't really spoil any of the bigger plot points in the Daredevil run.
Okay. You know what pisses me off about Marvel and maybe even
what's
DC?
That?
The fact that Image keeps all their trades in print. You could pretty much go and get any Image book in print. But Marvel and DC, all their trades go out of print. I'm looking online. You know that Punisher run that I love by Greg Rucka and Marco Cicchetto?
Oh, I don't even want to know how much they're asking for it.
They're going like $90 a trade now. There's not even an omnibus available for this. It's like, what the fuck?
That is the worst practice. I agree. That's the worst. Like I ordered the first hardcover for Nightwing. That's on its way, so I'm pumped about that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to order the entire run in hardcover. But I agree. Like, keep them in print.
Just keep them in print. I can understand hardcovers for the first year or something. They getting fine. But trades, they're no different than a novel. I mean, you could go buy any novel still at a bookstore.
And not like, and yeah, exactly. And to put people like you in a position where you look and go, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy that run. Yeah. And then go, I'm not going to spend $90 through a secondhand seller, which may or may not get to me because I might get scammed.
It would probably be cheaper for me than buying the 4 trades to just buy the individual comics and go get them bound by a hardcover expert.
It probably would be cheaper. But they probably want you to just buy the digital copy. That's why, so that you don't really own the book.
Right. It's all part of that. that digital bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have a watcher. We have one watcher right now. Hello, one watcher.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's
See
nice
how long it takes them to drop out. They're still there.
Hey, don't scare them away. Don't scare them away. Okay,
right.
Just to recap, we've been talking about Nightwing, and we've also kind of been pissing and moaning about trades not being sold by DC and Marvel. Now you're up to speed. Just for the record, Nightwing's awesome.
Nightwing is awesome.
Punisher I can't wait for Titans.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Titans.
I know.
In sad news, but completely unsurprising news, it was announced that the Titans TV show was ending after season 4.
Yeah.
I know. We're all shocked.
Yeah. Hey, we got a heart. We got a watch and a heart.
Thank you.
It's probably my mom.
Who cares? Who cares who it is? Actually, no, that's not true. We care who it is. We love. But if it is Trudy, thanks. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. We love you.
But
or whoever you are, we love you.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not like I was floored by the news.
Yeah.
I would have been more surprised if they said, "You're getting a 5th season of Titans." That would have floored me. I would have been like, "Wait, we're getting a 5th season of Titans, but we can't even get Batgirl?"
And Doom Patrol is ending. Doom Patrol is obviously ending because they can no longer afford Brendan Fraser after the whale.
It's the same thing with Titans. Like they were going to go. Honestly, if it wasn't for the new guy, I guarantee you, they probably would have got 5th seasons for both shows. Doom Patrol for sure, because Doom Patrol is critically acclaimed, whereas Titans, I feel like most of the people that are like the fans of the comic books are watching it so that because it's a live action version of these characters.
I still haven't watched season 3. Season 1 was awesome, and then season 2 kind of was like, and so season 3 I'm kind of like.
Season 2 was, my issue is it always feels like every season is like a reboot.
Yeah, right. That's the weird thing.
Because like first season, they act as if this is the first time the Titans has ever been put together. Like Dick doesn't mention at all. I used to hang out with a bunch of sidekicks. Doesn't say anything like that. But season 2, all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, I used to hang out with these guys, and then there was Jericho and Deathstroke, and it's weird that I haven't mentioned this before. Well, I'm mysterious, and I don't really like to talk about my past, and
yeah.
Anywho, let's go to the 3rd season. 3rd season's good. Like I'll say this, they're bad shows. Like in terms of the storytelling and the writing, but they're like well acted. You can tell like everybody like enjoys being there.
They're mature rated CW shows. That's really all they are.
Yeah, well that's exactly it. The 3rd season has the distinction of doing a pretty good job of the Jason Todd storyline. There's only like 2, maybe 3 things that I don't particularly like about it. I hate the depiction of Scarecrow.
In season 3?
In season 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the worst version of the character ever. The actor does a really good job. In my opinion, they should have done a different character.
Scarecrow is kind of a weird one to go with for season 3. Especially when you're coming off of like freaking Deathstroke.
It works. Like I'll say this, like the story works for the most part. There's just a lot of like really stupid things that like an editor should be picking up on and doesn't.
Yeah.
But I'll spoil one of it. One of the things I don't like is that Scarecrow actually knows who Batman is and Dick Grayson and all that.
Naturally.
He knows all their secrets. Well, that's because at some point he started working with Bruce Wayne. And he had to tell him he was Batman. Yeah, it's things like that. There's things like that where you just go like, what? Or like there's a scene. Okay, here's one.
All right.
Season 2, Dick, for whatever reason, decides he's going to get himself arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then also leaves the prison, right?
Yep.
Season 3, they don't reference the fact that Dick Grayson would still be wanted by the police, like a felon that escaped prison, right? He ends up breaking Scarecrow out of prison in broad daylight.
Oh,
hold on. That's not even the funny part.
It gets better. Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
He gets caught on camera doing it. And at one point, Barbara Gordon, who is in the show, is talking to another one of the cops.
Yeah.
And they go, "Hey, isn't that your boy, Dick Grayson, on camera?
You're not
breaking out this guy?"
Are you?
And I'm like,
on season 3?
No one mentions that he's a wanted felon. Things like that, right? Things like that. But you might like season 3. You might.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna watch it, or will I? Maybe I'll pull a Netflix on it. I don't know.
I think you should just so you can kind of.
Okay, I'll watch it.
You can kind of go.
I want to catch up on Doom Patrol too, though, because I was really enjoying that first season. And I stopped watching it for some reason.
Yeah, I actually never watched it.
Yeah.
So I got to watch that.
Really good.
Yeah, that's all I've heard. All I've heard. So really I got to check that out.
Yeah.
So that's it for me with the. And Young Justice is definitely not getting a 5th season.
No.
Like 100% not.
Well, we lost our watcher, but they left the heart behind.
Well, that's nice.
That is nice. That is very nice. It's probably someone that was all pumped for our Royal Rumble chat.
Give it time. God damn it.
Comic books. Yeah, we got this stuff out. So I got like 7 Instaquestions. I'm thinking that we should spread it out throughout the whole episode. We should talk about a match and then do an Instaquestion.
Works for me. Works for me. All right. So, well, first, I think we'll go with do you want to go with the matches first or the Rumbles first?
Let's go with the matches.
Okay. So the first match, the big one, this is for the world titles. I think they're for both, but they might just be for one. I don't think they know. Anyway, so it's Roman Reigns, the undisputed champions, versus Kevin Owens.
Right.
Now, obviously, at this stage of the game, I'm saying I want Roman to win, even though I've said previously I want him to lose. But we're so close to WrestleMania, so my pick is Roman to win. And of course, he is who I would want to win. As much as I love Kevin Owens, he's not there yet.
I would love to see Kevin Owens take it, but it's not going to happen right now this close to WrestleMania.
That's right.
No way in hell. This is just one more match to get you to the big one.
That's right.
And I mean, and Sammy, I mean, he's going to be a huge part of this match, right?
Well, we'll see.
I mean, like Roman set it up, right? He said, I don't want to talk to you for a week, and then we'll see what you do at the Rumble.
And then after that, we'll see. So basically, I think what they...
wait, sorry for a second, but we never really touched on it, but that trial of Sami Zayn was freaking incredible. That was incredible.
I was like, oh my God. Like at first I was like, oh man, like Paul is just really like lacing into him. And then when Sammy was doing this whole like fuck, like, and then Roman's like, you don't even want to defend yourself. Oh, I was like, oh, they're gonna end it right now. And then Jey Uso is like, guys.
The story, oh man, the storyline is so good. Like every time I want Roman to lose the title, I also don't want him to lose the title because this story is so good. Yeah,
it's all these other moving parts where you're just like, holy shit. So then Jay just starts hitting him and it's just like bullet after bullet after bullet that Zayn is taking. And then he ends off with the kick to the low blow and the kick to Kevin Owens. I was like, you know, and I was like, there could be something here. Like you could be right. It could be the bloodline split, but not in the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's like Reigns and Solo on one side, and then it's the Usos and Jimmy on the Sami Zayn on the other. It was such a great opening that it was disappointing that they had to cut the cage match. I mean, they still did everything they needed to do. They just didn't do the cage match.
They ran out of time. They had no commercials for the first hour. They had everything set up, but that cage match. And of course, it was a women's match too. So it's like, oh.
Yeah, and they all lost their mind. Well, some people got pretty pissed about it, but it's like, I mean, in this case, they did everything they needed to do. Like the stuff that they did was going to happen after that match anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And it was never going to end clean. It was going to be an indecisive finish because they want to push that for a little bit longer because that might be the Mania match. It might actually be Becky versus Bayley at WrestleMania.
Very well. Yep.
It could very well be.
And that would be a great match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be a great match. Well, I mean, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Let's steer that back. That's going to be a fucking stellar match.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a crazy good match.
Oh, it's going to be so good. As long as there's no weird like shenanigans where Roman has to be handcuffed for 20 minutes.
Oh.
Or whatever it was, he was handcuffed.
I'm really hoping they learned their lesson last time.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I think the match is going to be fucking stellar. It actually, I think we're looking at potential match of the night with that one. They both match up well together.
Yeah, I guess so. There's such a small amount of matches. It's crazy that there's still only 3 matches.
Oh yeah, and also they haven't announced all the participants. I mean, obviously SmackDown's just around the corner.
Yeah, and they're gonna have a bunch of surprises in the Rumble anyway.
Oh yeah, they have to. Right? They have to. But yeah, so it's so I'm assuming you're saying Roman as well.
Oh, Roman hands down.
Yeah.
I would love to see Kevin, but it's not going to be Kevin. Not now.
It's too late.
It's too late. But no, absolutely. Yeah, Roman's got it in the bank, clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So the next match, do you want to list it?
Next match, we are going to go with the WWE Raw Women's Championship champion Bianca Belair versus Alexa. Oh, she's so pretty, Bliss.
She's also talented.
Yes, I know.
She just happens to also be.
I know.
You're not a dirtbag.
This is gonna be a stellar match again. Just like the Roman match, Bianca's gonna hold the title.
I actually think Alexa's gonna take it.
You think Alexa's gonna take it?
Yeah, I know. Because if we think about it, Bianca's held it since WrestleMania as well.
Right.
I think it's one of those where I know they kind of do that. They're doing this and they're painting it up as this is just a throwaway feud.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of think Bliss takes it, whether or not she holds it for long.
Actually, we were discussing this, weren't we? That Bliss could possibly win, and then she would lose it to the person that Bianca would fight at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because Elimination Chambers right after Rumble.
Right.
And that could even be a thing too, where like Bliss could win it at Rumble.
Yep.
Lose it at Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever that person is, Bianca could challenge for, or maybe Bianca wins it back at Elimination Chamber. Possibly. Right. And then sets up another match with Alexa Bliss for WrestleMania. Because even though right now I don't think that's the feud to carry them to WrestleMania, part of that is because I was never big on her Fiend version of her character.
Yeah.
Which is funny because and I said before, she's good, she's awesome at the role. I just don't particularly like it. But I mean, this could be how you get it, right?
It could be. And I mean, she's like that nice in between right now, the Fiend character and the Goddess character, right? You don't want to fuck with her, but she's also not that crazy, insane self that she was.
But at the same time, she could at the drop of a hat.
Yeah. I kind of like it. I kind of like how it's on the edge of, going either way.
The only thing that I would like would be, that's a good point, would be if she didn't turn into just a scrapper.
Right.
She'd wrestle just like she normally would, just better and hard hitting. Maybe instead of punches, now she's throwing elbows and knee strikes and like elbows like this, right?
Yeah.
And she's hitting a little bit harder and a little bit more aggressive, but she's also actually hitting wrestling moves.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like one or two moves that you don't see Alexa do all that often or at all, and just have it sort of for like the Fiend version of her character.
Yeah, this is a crazy one. I don't know which way this is going to go. I personally, I'm ready to see Alexa take the title back. I love Alexa. I'm ready for it.
You know what? I was thinking about it too, and I was like, see, Bianca's storyline isn't like Roman's.
No.
At this stage, Roman is the top heel. He has to lose it at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca is the top woman, like the top babyface on the Raw side. I would argue top babyface on the women's period.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what they're doing with Charlotte. And I'll mention that a bit in a minute. But babyfaces typically win the titles at WrestleMania. Very rarely do they win it through WrestleMania.
Right.
Which, okay, like it does happen, and it's fine when it does. But I don't know. I just, I kind of think, weirdly enough, her losing it to Alexa will break it up. And then whatever happens at Elimination Chamber can kind of dictate what happens at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entirely possible that Bianca Belair isn't one of the main event spots at WrestleMania, which is okay because she was in the main event spot the 2 years in a row now.
Right?
So
like, she's held it for 2 years in a row at WrestleMania. That's crazy.
Like, well, she won it at she beat Sasha for it the first year.
Yep.
And
she won it again last year.
And then, but in between, she lost it and then won it back.
Right.
And then this one, they went for the longer run, which was fine because it's not like she had a lot of like solid contenders because there was firings and hirings.
Yep.
But I'm still saying Alexa Bliss takes it.
Nice. I'm saying I hope you're right.
Also, I think it's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a great match. In fact, all three regular matches in this event are likely going to be great. Even though I'm not really quite sure what's happening with the other one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just talk about.
We'll talk about that in a second. But real quick, with Charlotte, they're actually not doing too bad with her babyface run right now.
Yeah.
She's cutting baby face promos, which are fine, and she's doing good at it. But she's not cutting them like the last time they tried to make her babyface. They basically had heel Charlotte telling everybody she's the greatest, and they were supposed to cheer her. And they were supposed to boo Becky.
Yeah, okay.
And that was part of how Becky got over, because like they were like, we want her to be the babyface, we want you to be the heel, so you're gonna be the heel. And Becky was like, okay, fuck all you fans, blah blah blah. And they were like, yeah, fuck us, we suck, you're the greatest, Becky. And then they were like, we're gonna keep trying. And then of course Nia Jax bloodies her face up, and they're like,
yeah,
we can't compete with that. That's like blood from a stone moment.
That was friggin' awesome.
I watched that whole segment, and when they bloodied her up, I was like, oh fuck. And then when she kept going, I was like, that's it. That's it. And then that's when they started calling her the man, and she went in black, almost all black, and black and yellow. Like that was her motif. I was like, this is it. And then of course they were like, well, Charlotte, you're a heel. Yep. We tried. But,
sorry. Maybe you should have broke your nose.
Yeah, but so they're doing okay. Like it's not bad now. I don't know if it's gonna last long, but I have a theory, and we'll touch upon that in the Women's Rumble. And I think this is why they're doing it a little bit differently, and why they're actually going to continue with her being a babyface for the next little bit. But that's it for my my Charlotte little bit.
All right.
So now, next up is the Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in the Pitch Black match. I think I put blackout match, but yeah, Pitch Black match.
Pitch Black match. Don't forget that's sponsored by Mountain Dew. They really
I
want
was
you to know.
I was gonna say, yeah, sponsored by Mountain Dew, the new flavor, Pitch Black.
By Mountain Dew. I don't know what this match is gonna be. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone knows. I mean, you assume the lights are going to be off, but then how do you watch it?
But that was the thing, right? So,
yeah.
Honestly, I actually have a feeling that it's basically just going to be blue lit match.
Okay.
You know, but I honestly have no idea. This is the one. I was fine with this match until they announced the stipulation was the pitch black aspect.
Right.
Because, like, Bray can wrestle and tons of stamina for a guy of his dimensions, flexibility through the roof. The guy can move.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And this current version of the character feels like he won't be like the indestructible Fiend.
Right.
Okay. And then, of course, with LA Knight, well, first of all, the promos have been amazing.
Holy crap.
Granted, he's getting booed and he's kind of healing it up a bit, but his promos are awesome. And I've always thought his promos were great. Like, really thought he was great. His wrestling is good too. Like, he's a good wrestler. So I think the match itself will be as good as it can be once we have further clarification of how the match is going to go. If it's a completely pitch black match, it'll be amazing because we won't be able to tell.
We won't be able to tell.
They'll tell us it's awesome, and we'll go, yes, Vince, it's awesome. I mean, Triple H.
Maybe everything will be black, but they have to wear pitch black or glow-in-the-dark clothes.
If only. Well, I mean, they got to do something, right? But even then, I guess you'll have to have like one guy wearing a jersey that says Wyatt, sponsored by Mountain Dew, and then the other one says Knight, sponsored by Mountain Dew.
It's just the two of them in the middle of the ring at a table having a chugging contest with the new Mountain Dew flavor.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is. That's the match.
Then Uncle Howdy shows up and lays out LA Knight, lays out Bray Wyatt, takes off the mask, and it is, in fact, Bo Dallas.
Oh, Alexa Bliss in a fat suit.
Or Alexa Bliss, a newly crowned champion Alexa Bliss in a fat suit.
Yeah.
That might even be it too. Like, it might be Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gonna be. It's gonna be the shittiest match.
It's likely. It's got a gimmick, and I don't know, like Bray Wyatt thrived during the COVID age because all his gimmicks worked so well in that cinematic setting.
Right.
This is live now, so I'm like, how is it going to work?
Unless it isn't live.
Oh, that's true. They could go the AJ Undertaker route.
Unless they do this thing where, it's live.
Yeah.
But because it's pitch black, then they show a pre-recorded match afterwards. And it's a cinema match. Yeah. And Bray didn't necessarily thrive during the COVID era too much because for every actually the Funhouse match was the only good one. That swamp brawl he had with Braun Strowman was horrible.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That was definitely the least good one of the bunch.
But it was also, the build for it wasn't as good as it should have been either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to end up being like Bray Wyatt versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Fake Bray Wyatt like the old Undertaker.
Yeah, no kidding.
One's got a gray mask and one's got a purple.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the match itself will be better depending on the stipulation or how they flesh it out. But because if it's a straight up just an actual wrestling match, it'll be really good because they're both really good.
Yeah.
But this is a weird stipulation, and that's going to hurt it more than help it.
I'm kind of happy with this feud because I paid zero attention to LA Knight before this.
Yeah,
and I was watching Bray Wyatt like a hawk. Like I'm pumped he was back, and then the whole LA Knight thing came up. And like, really, they're gonna have him feud with this guy out of everyone? But holy shit, I've become an LA Knight fan in the last couple months.
I've so like I'm because I watched NXT, right?
Yeah,
but honestly, it's a weird one for LA Knight's first feud.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of works because, I mean, he can afford to lose to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like he's feuding with Seth Rollins, and where not Seth. Seth is a poor example because he can eat losses. He's pretty bulletproof right now.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle. If he was feuding with Matt Riddle to lose to Bray Wyatt would hurt Matt Riddle more than it would help Bray Wyatt. Whereas this is perfect. Like, it's like feuding with The Miz. You get a great match, you get a great build up, and it doesn't hurt The Miz because Miz is bulletproof too. He can lose, and no one's gonna go, "Oh, fuck The Miz." They're just gonna be like, "Beat the shit out of that fucker. I hate that guy." Yeah. So it is kind of a win-win situation, and also it's a real good showcase for LA Knight. Like you were correct. It's a very good showcase. I think he's going to be one of the few that'll actually benefit from feuding with Bray Wyatt. Granted, it's not the Fiend, because nobody benefited from feuding with the Fiend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Bray got hurt from it.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, so I think like coming out of this, LA Knight will look real good. Yep. Again, depending on how the match shapes up, but yeah, my pick obviously Bray Wyatt wins.
Bray's got it, but I'm excited to see it. And LA Knight, yeah, awesome.
But I guess the question is, how does Bray Wyatt win?
Well, we don't know how the match is, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is it because of Uncle Howdy? Is it because of Alexa Bliss? Or is it because of a new person, a new character that may or may not be Bray again?
Well, it's the Wyatt 6, and we've only seen 3.
Well, I mean, we keep saying the Wyatt 6, but there's nothing really concrete with the Wyatt 6.
That's true. Yet that's still his name on Twitter, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't think he knows.
He might not know.
No.
He might not know.
But, I mean, that's still, like you said, there's 3 potentially right now. We can have 3 more, so, yeah.
I'm still saying Liv is going to end up on there.
That'd be interesting to have a faction with 2 women.
2 women, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I'm going to say
like
no.
That.
I'm going to say no partly because of that reason, and also because they're too similar.
Yeah, well, tough call. I mean,
no, it's not.
Maybe the similarities would help it though. Alexa could be like the jealous ex or something. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to have to go with the agree to disagree just because.
Though it is very interesting we have a faction that's on both shows.
Yeah.
Like split up.
Yeah, that's the other part too. Like we're talking like across both brands, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they could hit up NXT.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah. Want to do some Instaquestions?
Yep.
Instaquestions!
Asking us questions on Instagram, and we answer them on an entirely different platform.
All right, here we go. Number 1, Chris, have you ever cried during a movie? Here's the real question. Have I ever not cried during a movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Several.
Me too. It doesn't take much.
Like full on cry. No, but like misty eyed, tear coming down. Yes, 100%.
I have sobbed in a couple movies. And most of the time, most of the time, if it's dog related, I am sobbing.
I'm not sobbed. Like I've never sobbed. I will say I've classified it as crying because yes, like it's not just couple tears. Like I've had tears, but it's not like like.
Have you ever watched Marley and Me?
Yeah. But the Marley and Me, while yes, sad, was telegraphed probably within the first like half hour of the movie.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you knew what was going to happen.
I was pretty much like okay, to put this into perspective, I cried at the end of Old Yeller.
Yep.
Like full on cry. That one was a full on cry. Because I was like 4 or 5, and it's just like I knew that he was becoming a bad dog. Like I knew that it was because of the rabies or whatever, but I still couldn't grasp the concept of having to kill him.
Right.
You know, and even now I'm like, but did they really have to? I mean, I know they did, but
he had rabies.
Yes. So yeah, okay. Yes, I've full on cried on a few movies. Yes.
I Am Legend. Oh, I Am Legend got me going.
I cried because of the movie itself. Because it's fucking horrible. Like it brought me to tears. It was so fucking bad. Like
You hate I Am Legend that much?
I wanted to like it so much, and I was just like, I can't get over how horrible this thing is.
Oh, we got to do a Camcast on I Am Legend now. This intrigues me.
No, all jokes aside, no, that one I can't. I didn't. I'm not a fan of that movie. I've watched it several times. I can tell you right now, I don't like it.
That's interesting. You're the first person. I don't think I ever knew that you.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
You did. Yeah, you block it out of your brain. You block it out of your brain. Yeah,
I probably did. In my mind, it's like, as soon as the conversation's done, Chris loves it again.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the
That's all it is.
boat. We love I Am Legend.
I actually think it's worse. I think as it's going into your hard drive, like as Chris really does not like I Am Legend, then you delete it. Like Doogie Howser, you delete it and then go, Chris really likes I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah. So we have cried during movies for sure.
Yes. Like, but like in terms of most recently, well, No Way Home got me.
No Way Home definitely got me.
No Way Home got me with tears, like just a couple of, because you're
they were very much happy. Well, no, there was some sad tears there too, but there was happy tears as well. There was a lot.
Yeah, there was some happy tears as well too. Yeah. But
I think No Way Home was really the last one to get me like that.
Yeah, because like James Bond, like No Time to Die didn't get me.
No, I was more shocked than anything else.
I was like in stunned disbelief. I was literally like, nah. And I
was calling him for like 2 minutes before it happened. I'm like, they're not going to do this. They're not going to do this. My dad was with me. I'm like, Dad, are they really going to do this?
I fucking watched him get obliterated by missiles. They showed the missiles hit around him, and I went, he got out of it, Michelle. Don't you worry.
He's fine.
Check out the end credits. Credits. He'll be fine. He'll be on like a beach in Maui. But that one didn't get me. But definitely that one got me. I think that's pretty much it in recent memory.
I'm thinking my top movies of last year, and I don't think really any of the top ones made me cry.
No. But anyway, yes. The answer is yes. And also, I will cry in movies.
Oh, I mean, I
haven't even seen them yet. I haven't even seen them
during The Whale. The Whale made me cry.
Oh, I could see that one getting me going.
Oh man, that's a powerful movie. So yeah. All right, number 2. What phone do you have?
I currently have the Google Pixel 6a.
I have the iPhone 12 mini because I don't like carrying laptops in my pocket.
Speaking of which, how do you like that? Because I'm disappointed that the Pixel went to like such a big. This is like 6 point. Well, you see my phone.
Your phone is huge now.
It's huge now. I'm used to it now. I've had it long enough that I'm used to it, but it's still a big phone.
Yeah.
Literally, the 4A was like my Samsung, tiny. So Michelle has the 4A, tiny. And I was like, oh man, please do more like that. And then they did the Pixel 5, and it was a little bit bigger. And I was like, okay, continue with that. And then they were like, But then when the Pixel, the 6 was a 6.4-inch screen, just the regular, and then the Pro was 6.7, I was like, oh, how big is this fucking phone gonna be?
I like to hold, I like to hold my phone. Like if I gotta like do this to hold my phone, that's not comfortable.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, like I've gotten used to it. Where's my camera? Yeah. So I've gotten used to it. So I can, do everything I need to, but it's not like it's easy.
Look at that thing.
Oh yeah.
Like when you put that to your ear, is it touching your shoulder? Like, God.
Who talks on the phone now?
That's true.
Unless some people do it like this, though. They look at it and talk at it. Yeah.
I really hate the people in the store that are like on speaker. Yeah.
Hey everybody, you want to hear my story about my life that you don't really care about? So yeah. So Pixel 6a for me.
Nice.
The Mini for you. I almost went with the Samsung Galaxy S22 because it was essentially a little bit bigger than my old Samsung. But I was really set on getting a Pixel watch, and I was set on trying out a Pixel phone. So I went the Pixel, and the phone itself, I love. Like the hardware is great,
Mm-hmm.
It's super. Well, I mean, there's no bloatware at all. It's an Android Apple phone, is what it is, really.
I mean, that's my main reason to keep sticking with iPhones is because I got the MacBook, I got my iPad, and like everything's connected. Keep it in the family. Yeah.
And the Pixel Watch, I actually really like. So
it's a cool watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one more, and then we'll hit back to the Rumble. Here we go. The most embarrassing thing you've ever done.
Embarrassing for who, though?
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think like the first thing that came to my mind was when I was like 14 years old, and my parents owned the store, and there was this girl in there. I think her name was Barb. Maybe it was Barb.
Okay.
And she was, I mean, like 5 years older than me, right? Naturally, because everyone that worked there was 18, 19 years old. I had the biggest crush on her. And I was in the back room in like the meat shop area, and I was doing all the movies for the week. And I thought my brother came through the door, and I looked, without even looking up, I went, "You!" And I looked up, and it was her standing in front of me.
Okay.
That remains in my mind as my most embarrassing moment.
I thought you were going to talk about the time that the police officer was looking in through the glass door.
That was a
good
one.
And then you were like, I don't want to tell everything.
No, you can tell everything.
Story. No, it's your story.
I lived in a store, like, above the store, and my parents would go to bed, and I'd stay up all night on the computer.
Well, and your rec room, too, was right in the back of the store, too.
And then, like, 3 a.m., I'd usually just, like, walk into the store and grab a bag of chips or something. And that night, I walked into the store in my underwear. No fuck given. I walked past the door, and I looked to my left. And there's a cop there in the doorway, just like with the flashlight looking at me. And I kept walking. I grabbed, I don't know, it was like a root beer or something. And I went back. I'm amazed he didn't knock or something. Like,
yeah.
Clearly, this guy lives here or just sleeps here all the time.
The most embarrassing thing I've ever done. See, it's tough because a lot of the stuff I've done could be considered embarrassing, but I wasn't embarrassed by it. Right?
Yeah.
Like the first one that I immediately thought of was we had like a talent show, right? Or not a talent show, but like what do you call it? Battle of the Bands type of thing. Not Battle of the Bands, but you could like essentially a talent show. Okay. Yeah.
Right,
and so we're so my band, like me and Brian Borlucci and Steve Sarnowski, and I think Garrett Tremblay was in the band at the time. We were called Systematic Bliss. I was the drummer, and we're on stage in front of an auditorium of all of our peers and teachers and principal, right? And when we come out, we're like, yeah, hey, and I come out. And I'm holding the drumsticks in my crotch region, and I simulate masturbation And if most of the people are doing what you're doing right now, they're laughing, right?
The principal wasn't laughing.
I'm not making any connection though. I'm just like, I'm in rock star mode. So I'm like, right? Do our thing. Whatever, we're done. And then after that, the principal goes, hey, yeah, do you have a minute, Chris? Because I'd like to speak with you. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Like totally, like it's gone. It's not even in my brain now, right? I go, yeah, sure. And he's just like, yeah, we're just going to the office. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, And this is like the Friday before Christmas break or something like that, right? Yeah, that's what it was, Christmas break. And he's just like, so what was that on stage? And I was like,
music.
I was like, I'm not sure what you mean. He's just like, the thing you did with the drumsticks. And I was like, play the drums? He's like, no, when you got on the stage and you did this thing with the drumsticks and your hands, and he's getting mad at me because I think he thinks I'm trying to get him to say, jerk off drumsticks or something, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh, that. Oh, yeah. He's like, man, and he's just like, you really think it's that funny? And I was like,
no.
I mean, yeah, I do. He's like, well, I'm really disappointed you feel that way, but I'm actually going to give you an extra day off. So you can't come back on the Monday. You have to come back on the Tuesday. And I was like, oh, right, yeah, because of the. But I walked out of his office going like, I just got an extra fucking day off of Christmas holidays.
What a punishment! Shucks. What a punishment! You think he would have made you come in a day earlier?
Yeah. So, but that's see what I mean? Like, that's not really embarrassing to me per se.
No, it's fucking hilarious. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's funny. If anyone from St. Pat's has a video of that, not that phones with cameras existed at the time.
Yeah, these giant.
Look at this guy.
No, I think there would be more like the handheld guy, but it was still pretty big brick. Yeah. So I think that's kind of. I may have to think about it and get back to you. That's a really good question.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's fucking hilarious. So holy shit.
No. This is embarrassing.
Oh,
this is embarrassing. I don't even think I told you about this. This is how embarrassing this is. This is back in high school, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't really like a stud with the ladies or whatever. But there's this one girl. I'm not going to say her name because she still lives in Thunder Bay, and she might not remember it. But if she does, I don't want to embarrass her, right?
Okay.
I had a crush on her, so I wrote her a letter.
Oh.
Yeah. And creeped her right the fuck out. She A, didn't respond to the letter, and B, she responded through a mutual friend. I can't remember the entire letter, but it was just really like over the top. Like, I want to be your boyfriend and be your protector, that kind of stuff, right? Like, to the point. And like, this is how this is embarrassing because the friend, she's like, so and so wanted me to talk to you about that, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Ooh,
right? And she's like, yeah, so I'm really sorry to say, but she just wants to be friends. And I was like, oh, well, I thought I was clear in the letter. I didn't really want to be friends. She's like, you were, but like, that's a lot. That's a lot for someone to take in.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would give her some space. And, if she starts to talk to you or whatever, just try to be her friend and maybe don't ever bring up that letter again. So there we go. There we go.
That is so great. I did the same thing. I wrote one of those embarrassing letters.
Yeah. That's probably why we never talked about it, because they're both just like, I don't want anyone to know.
Yeah, I put a lot of hard work into that letter. I think now if I would have got a letter like that from someone, it'd be funny just to like rate it like a teacher, just circle the grammar errors and like put a B+ and give it back to them.
Or read it like a normal adult, like a human being, and then just be like, no, I could totally see why you would freak out.
Yeah.
I could totally see why, like this part here specifically, that would creep me out if I got that. This one here, it's interesting that the shortest guy in school is talking about wanting to be your protector when you could probably take him, but yes, sure. Big tough guy there, 98 pounds in high school.
Yeah, mine was really creepy now that I think about it. Like I talked about the way she moved, the way she touched her hair. Like it's clear as day that I stared at her a lot.
Yeah,
creepy shit.
Hey Ken, you already had one, and now you've got two.
I got two.
But
All mine involve women apparently, and cops that look at me in my underwear.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There you go. Okay. All right. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to now, like I said before, this isn't all of them. This is just some of them. But for the Women's Rumble, we've got Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Tegan Nox, and Zelina Vega.
Not many announced for the women so far compared to the men.
No.
Which makes me think that it's going to be a lot of guest stars.
Yeah, but like, there's so many women on the roster too that, because we haven't seen Piper McNiven in forever. Right. We haven't seen what's her face?
This is where Lacey Evans makes her return.
Nikki. We haven't seen Nikki. That's right, Lacey Evans, because Lacey Evans went back to boot camp, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Yep, very.
Well, plus there's anyone on the women's roster that they could have called up, like Mandy Rose.
All three Damage Control might be in here.
Well, two for sure. Yeah, Bailey might, but might not.
What's she going by now? Not Melina, man. The blue-haired chick. She's going by a different name now. Mia Kim.
Mia Yim is still Mia Yim, but everyone they call her Mitchin a lot because
Mitchin. What is with this Mitchin thing?
I think it means crazy in Korean.
Oh, okay.
Or warrior or something like that. And they were originally going to have it be her name, so they were going to change it to Mitchin. But then they decided after 2 weeks to just call her Mia Yim again, and then a week after that they would call her Mia Yim, but they'd also call her Mitchin. So they don't know.
I am so confused. I watched her match the other night, and the commentators were calling her both names. I was like, what is going on?
I think they're trying to make it happen like Fetch.
Yeah, like Fetch. Can't make Fetch happen.
You can't make Fetch happen, Gretchen. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway,
so yeah, not a whole lot announced yet. I'm guessing we're going to see some legends pop up in here. I heard that WWE was reaching out to a lot of different companies to see if they could do another Mickie James type deal.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was really cool. Mickie James came out.
Well, I feel like Chelsea Green will make her debut at the Rumble. And possibly, Deanna Purrazzo, because I think she's being rumored as having signed with WWE, or at least in talks with WWE. Which, I mean, she's best friends with Chelsea Green, and they were going to work a tag. That was one of the things they were hoping for.
Right.
And like, if the WWE were able to pick up Deanna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, jeez. Because the Virtuosa is incredible. She's absolutely incredible. But who knows? She's had a hell of a run outside of WWE. So
I'm sure we'll see some NXT girls pop up in there. And
yeah, who knows? Maybe Mandy Rose might be brought back.
Hey, that would be a surprise.
Although it'd be funny if they went for it and she was just like, guys, I make so much money now. I don't have to. You guys fired me and I made $500,000 within days.
Yeah. I've retired. I have retired.
I'm just going to be a porn star now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good for her.
Well, that part was kind of funny though, because like she had said, hey, next one's going to be a little racy. So they knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Ripley's got it in the bank. I think she's taking it this year.
I hope so. I really do. I hope she gets it, and I hope she challenges Charlotte.
That'd be awesome.
And then takes the belt off Charlotte.
Yeah.
And we do the inverse where now the big heel takes the title at WrestleMania, beats the babyface, takes the title at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next night on Raw says, guess what, guys? I'm the actual leader of Judgment Day. And I'm going to keep saying that until they actually say she's the leader of Judgment Day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's starting to become more obvious that I think she is. Like,
I hope so.
Even that thing they had with the bloodline, like she's just standing off to the side, and she goes face to face with Solo.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, what are you going to do, right? Are you going to punch a woman?
Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Solo?
It's smart though. It is smart, but yeah. She's my hands down. Like that's my pick. My backup, if they don't go with Rhea Ripley, my backup would be Belair loses to Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
And then wins the Rumble and challenges Charlotte. I think whoever wins the Rumble challenges Charlotte.
Yeah,
which means
that's the thing you always got to keep in mind, right? It's like whoever wins is going to WrestleMania for the championship. So, like, I'm not going to look at this and go, Tegan Nox has got it, right? I mean,
yeah.
So,
or even like Candice LeRae is another one. Shayna Baszler is another one that could definitely win it, and I wouldn't be pissed off about it. But then again, I don't know, like because the easy answer is they're going to challenge Charlotte, but who knows? Rhea Ripley might challenge Belair.
I kind of hope there's a small part, like Ronda's probably going to be in this too. I think it'd be really awesome if it was Shayna and Ronda in the end with Ripley.
Oh yeah,
and Ripley takes them both out.
Yeah, double clothesline.
Yeah, if they went those three as the finals,
oof.
And then you'd be like, holy fuck. Rhea just took out like two fucking fighters.
Like I'm still kind of holding out, like because I still think they might do Belair and Charlotte because Charlotte or Belair has said a couple of times that Charlotte's the only one of the four horsewomen that she hasn't beaten yet.
Yeah,
you know, and so that would be kind of cool to get that notch on the belt.
Mm-hmm.
But it also depends on where they're like how they're gonna book Charlotte. But at the end of the day, my pick, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, my pick's Rhea Ripley. I mean, that's who I think is going to win, and that's who I want to win as well.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
As for lasting the longest, I mean, it's hard to say with a list of only 8 women, right?
Or 7. But if we're looking at that list, I would say of that list, we're going to see. I'm saying Liv Morgan will last the longest.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the first to come out.
And I'm also going to say Rhea Ripley is the one with the most eliminations.
Yeah.
Which I think is currently held by Belair.
Yeah, I think she's going to dominate.
Actually, you know, I'm just going to double check.
Belair last year in the Rumble?
Oh, Baszler. Baszler has the most cumulative. Oh, cumulative. Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's through them all.
Bianca and Baszler are tied with 8.
8. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to see Rhea just come in like first 5,
just
take out at least 9 so she can hold that title. And then I want to see her in the ring with Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want her to have the most eliminations.
I want to see her
win it.
Yeah. In fact, I want her eliminating Shayna to be the one that beat Shayna's record.
Yeah.
That would be badass.
Yeah, so that's okay. Same page.
Though I mean, I love Raquel Rodriguez too. If she ever won a Rumble, I'd be
huge fan. It's just not her time right now.
It's not her time. Maybe
It's
next
not
year.
her time right now. And next year it'll all depend on how they book her, because she hasn't had the strongest booking, even though she's been booked pretty strong.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the strongest. Part of it is mostly because her initial part of the run was under Vince. Right, and Vince was like, smile, get out there and smile. So of course she's like, and I'm like, you asshole, you should have watched NXT, because when she was it Rachel Rodriguez?
Yeah.
No, it's Raquel Rodriguez. I'm saying Rodriguez, but it's Raquel Gonzalez. But anyway.
Right.
She was a fucking, like, she was the Big Daddy Cool to Dakota Kai's Shawn Michaels, and it was awesome. And then she slowly showed more personality, and then of course fucking took over. I mean, they were calling her Big Mommy Cool.
That's awesome.
Keep calling her that. Keep
Big
calling her
Mommy Cool.
So I think she needs even next year, I think, might be too soon. She needs a bit more seasoning.
Yeah.
Before, which, I mean, I could be wrong. She could just be, she's so good that she could just suddenly, like, 6 months down the road, I'll be like, no, she needs to win that Rumble, But yeah, so I'm with you 100%. Rhea, most eliminations, and I think they're going to be some pretty fucking sick eliminations, and then takes it. So yeah, check. And then, like I said, Liv Morgan lasts the longest, which...
Yeah, I think Liv Morgan's going to last the longest. I guess Valkyrie will be in here too, right? Is that what she's going by now? Yeah, Valkyrie, right?
Valkyrie.
With the Viking Raiders? Isn't her
No. Valhalla.
Valhalla. That's what it is. Right. I love that look. She's so badass.
Oh. Yeah, it's getting they got her into hot water though, because it's heavy gimmick infringement.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I can't remember the woman's name, but the black, like, face part is like almost exactly the same. The dreads I'm gonna let slide because she was rocking dreads long before she did this version of this character. Yeah. But even the Viking horns or whatever. Yeah, it's. I
mean, that's not. It might not be intentional,
I looked at it like great minds think alike type of thing, where it just so happened.
Yeah.
It's also one of those where you're like, yeah, but once you see that person, then you kind of have to go, oof.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which woman lasts the longest.
Well, I mean, there's only, what is this, the fifth or fourth women's Rumble now?
I think it's fifth.
Fifth.
Men's Rumble. Some of these lists are stupid because they do cumulative, and I don't want to do cumulative.
No.
Because, like, if that's the case, I think Kane is, like, one of those who's lasted the longest because he's been in, like, 27
something ridiculous.
Belair was 33 minutes. See, like Mandy Rose 37 minutes, but she was in all three. So yeah, this would be the fourth one.
Oh, okay. So last year was Ronda, and then the year before that was Bianca. And then who won the first one? Becky or Charlotte?
I think it was Charlotte.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyway, so Liv Morgan lasts the longest. That's where I'm at.
I mean, I agree with that.
And that's just partly, like you said, it's just based on the list of names. Like, I mean, Zelina Vega could last long.
Yeah.
Tegan Nox could last long. I don't see it. And I mean, they haven't done much with Liv Morgan recently, but
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Instaquestions.
Here we go. Instaquestions.
There we go.
There it is. Which category of pop culture does Ken know more than Chris, and vice versa?
When it comes to pop culture, Kenneth knows more about movies and TV than I do.
I would agree. Whereas I would say Chris knows more.
It's close, but I definitely know more than him.
Yeah.
Or no, he knows more than me, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Well, see, because like I grew cinematographers.
Yeah.
You know, like the grip handler, you know, the boom guy, you know, all those. Like when you start talking about cinematographers, then I was like, oh right, those are the guys that are planning the shots. The camera guys just shoot the shots that they planned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the cinematographers are like looking for shots, and they're like, "Oh, I can see this." So yeah, you know more than I do, but it's close.
It's close. For you, wrestling clearly. I mean, 100%. And then your comic book knowledge is definitely grander, I think.
Yeah,
DC for sure. And then Marvel, I would say Marvel too, because you know all that obscure shit.
With Marvel, I know more than you, but it is close.
Yeah.
DC, it's an annihilation.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely annihilation.
And I would say we're probably, you know more about Image and like independent books than I do.
Well, yeah, because I mean, for the last probably 20 years, indies are all I've really followed.
Yeah. So and like that one there, it's like I know quite a bit about indies, but you would smash me on that one.
Yeah, like
and video games, I think we're about the same.
Yeah, I'd say that. So I would say we're pretty equal. Like when you look at pop culture as a whole, like we're pretty much down. We're split. I think we're split even.
Yeah. That was a good question. I like that. All these questions are good.
These are really good questions. These are really good. Okay, we'll go one more and then we'll head back to the Rumble. Here we go. Are you going to get a tat?
No.
No? You finally gave up on the dream of a potato tattoo?
I gave up on that dream a million years ago.
Oh, but it's such a good dream.
Well, the last time I thought of actually getting a tattoo, the idea was like to get several tattoos, right?
Yeah.
To get like the symbols, right? So Superman and Batman and like Spider-Man and Flash and Green Lantern. Yeah. That was kind of the idea. But then I just bought t-shirts with the logos on them and watches with the logos. And like, I mean, you know, unless I have a kid and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to attach my kid's name or the birth dates or something like that. But as of right now,
something like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. No desire.
No desire.
Yeah.
I always live by I don't think there's anything on earth that I would like to have on my body for the rest of my life. Yeah. But now as I get older, I think I would get some tattoos.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I've been thinking more about it. Because I mean, what I love now, I've loved since I was a kid. So clearly that love's never going to go away.
Oh, so you subscribe to the CM Punk mentality.
Is that his mentality?
He tattoos like a lot of the stuff, like the tattoos on his body or stuff that he loves. Like the Pepsi tattoo is because he loves Pepsi.
Yeah, well,
the Green Lantern tattoo. Is it Green Lantern? No, Gregory Helms has the Green Lantern tattoo.
Yeah.
But Helms is a huge Green Lantern fan, so
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so, yeah. I guess I mean if that's mentality, I guess that's the mentality. I like.
Well, I mean that's a good one because, like you said, because that's where I'm at now. Where I'm like, I can't envision ever being like, yes, I want this on my body for as long as I'm alive, and also. It kind of rules out that last-ditch effort to become a secret agent because if you have
it gives it away. It gives it away.
They're going to go, well, that's Chris Mercier because I could tell he's got a giant face of himself on his chest because he followed Steve-O and did it on his chest instead of on his back. Although that's the funniest fucking tattoo.
Oh, man, I love Steve-O.
Like, I do love the, what is it? Dune buggy tattoo that he got, like when he was in the back of the Dune buggy.
Oh yeah,
that tattoo is awesome because we watched how he got it. Like, the actual tattoo itself is shit.
It's awful. It's friggin' awful.
But the face tattoo is just his face tattoo on his back is fucking priceless. But yeah, so no tattoos for me. Possibly for Kenneth.
There we go. Instaquestions. Heading back to the Royal Rumble.
Okay, so this is the big one. This is the Men's Royal Rumble. This is the one that decides who gets to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The current list is
huge. It's a big list.
Kofi Kingston.
Yep.
Santos Escobar. Ricochet. Baron Corbin.
Oh, that guy's still around, man.
He's hanging out with JBL now.
Of course he is.
In fact, JBL is his manager / mentor and is now referring to him as the wrestling god, which is fine because the gimmick worked to get a ton of heat on JBL, so it'll work to get a ton of heat. In theory, it just means that we have to sit through JBL promos every week now.
Man, I thought we were done with those.
It was not really a good promo to begin with, but anyway, so then we've got Austin Theory, Seth freaking Rollins, Bobby Lashley, which looks like they're on the cusp of reforming the Hurt Locker again.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hope so. Make them a dominant babyface force. One of my favorites to win, Gunther. Cody Rhodes. Almas. Sheamus. Drew McIntyre. Braun Strowman, and a one Karrion Kross, which, by the way, he did that video package or whatever. Like, he had a promo on SmackDown.
Okay.
Kevin Sullivan played his dad in the promo.
Oh, interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Although weird. The feud with him and Rey Mysterio was heating up. I was actually surprised that it wasn't a match at Rumble, but
I kind of thought it would be too.
I was very surprised, but whatever. I mean, they're
going to stretch it out
to Elimination Chamber match, and then have Dom and Rey Mysterio finally wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And then, of course, the hardened thug Dominic wins.
I love the whole. I love it.
I've been loving Judgment Day, surprisingly, since Edge was out. Like, it was a little rough at first, but then when Dom came in, they finally brought him in. And they were making it out like Dom is like this fucking killer, and he's shit. Like, he's shit in these matches, and they know it. They're just so now I'm like, this is the perfect way for him to get better, because his character, he doesn't have to be a good wrestler.
No,
so they can play that up, but at the same time, it's like Roman Reigns. He's wrestling all these top guys, so he's going to get better. And. I think they finally, or at least maybe because Vince is no longer there, but they're finally saying, yeah, you're not going to be Rey Mysterio. So we're going to make you Dominic Mysterio. I'm going to make you your own person, Yeah. But he's nailing that frog splash. It's that is some crisp frog splash shit. But anyway.
Holy shit, he really is.
Yeah.
I was kind of blown away by how good he is at it.
He's getting his ring work is steadily getting better. Like, he's getting so good at looking shitty, And that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is you have to be a really good wrestler to look like you suck until like that you're a shitty wrestler. Like Abyss, for instance. He in TNA, there was a part where he was Abyss, but then he was also his brother, Joseph Park, who was a regular dude. So when he wrestled, it was god awfully bad because he didn't know how to wrestle. His character didn't know how to wrestle. And I was watching those matches and I'm like, oh, this is really good, because like, I knew that they were the same character, right? Same person. But if you didn't, you would go, oh, his brother sucks, man. Right? But anyway, so that's the list.
That's the list. This one's interesting. I'm saying we're going to see a lot of like mini feuds during this Rumble. So I think we're going to see Bobby and Brock face to face.
Well, especially after what happened on Raw.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Omos actually gets himself eliminated by Brock helping Bobby, setting up him getting into a Hurt Locker type situation.
Okay. All right.
I think the first two, I think it would be very smart to start off with Gunther and Sheamus.
Or Gunther and Drew.
But
I agree with you. I like the idea of Gunther and Sheamus because then they can pummel each other for the first 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Just pummel.
And it's the same reason why I think the final two are going to be Cody and Seth.
Yeah. Which means that you are predicting who wins?
Cody, 100%.
Yeah, I'm predicting that Cody wins.
Yeah.
Who I want to win is Sami Zayn.
That'd be amazing.
That's what I want. I want it to win, and then I want him to go to WrestleMania, and I want him to beat Roman Reigns. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen, but
I think they are going to go the Cody Rhodes route, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that.
I'm fine with that. But if Roman fucks him over during the night, he could enter himself into the Rumble to try and win it.
Well, one of the stories that they're like Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live was saying that like he thinks like as much as we want to see, like as much as a lot of people want to see Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, they're saying that's not the Mania match. That's not the main event match. It should be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns or Roman Reigns and The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, sure, fine, except that like I'm hearing the pops that Sami Zayn's getting.
He is huge right now.
And I'm saying like we're almost like we're at Brian Daniels like yes level of over with Sami Zayn. Yeah. They could fuck that up, or they could change it. They could do whatever. They could ultimately do the tag match with the KO and Zayn and whatever. And like I said, that's been the plan for the longest time. Nothing wrong with that. Cody Rhodes winning it would be awesome. Okay, let's not mince any words about it. Yep. But I think, and it'll be interesting to see how they mitigate the potential backlash. Because remember that one Rumble where they were chanting for Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And number 30 came up and Rey Mysterio was like, hey, guys. And they were like, booed Rey out of the building. He was like, what the? Like, he was flustered because it's Rey Mysterio and nobody boos Rey Mysterio.
No.
Ever. They fucking booed him. If this was in Mexico, they probably would have killed him. They would have ripped him apart. Yeah. But so I think they're going to
making that point. Maybe it's good to keep Sami out of the Rumble.
But also, you have to figure out a way to get him out, like keep him out of the Rumble, like so that they're not anticipating that he's going to be there. So you might have to actually have Roman lay him out and just beat the fucking piss out of him. Because the other thing is Elimination Chamber is in Montreal, Quebec. Right? Which is the hometown for
Sami Zayn.
Samuel Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Right? So they're saying that like the bigger, huger match would be Sami, Roman, Elimination Chamber. And you could tease all day long that he's going to win. Obviously, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But they're saying that that'll be the most over he's ever going to be, which,
everyone will be hating Roman for beating Sami in Montreal.
Just fuck it. Especially if it's like a clear cut. Like he just beats, like it's a close match for the most part. And then the last like 5-6 minutes of that match is just Roman just beating the fucking tar out of him. Solo Sikoa comes in, just fucking pummeling him. You see the Usos, they come in, the same thing. They all just beat the shit out of him. So that would tip him over. And
Montreal,
then you have
the Montreal
Cody
screw
Rhodes
job too.
Well, yeah, because you can even have Kevin Owens come out to try and help Sami Zayn, and same thing, just gets pummeled because they're both Quebecers. So
Yep.
It would. So yeah, I mean, in that sense. But so that's my pick. Cody Rhodes wins.
Yep.
But Sami Zayn is the one I want to win.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could have Sammy coming out and then like solo attacks him before he gets to the ring.
Something. It's got to be something where
something along those lines.
It can't be one of those deals where like he wrestled a match earlier in the night, or like he's in a backstage segment, so we know he's there.
Yeah.
Right. And then he just doesn't show up because when the 30 hits and Sami Zayn's not there, they're gonna fucking flip. They're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
So your pick is Cody Rhodes for both.
Cody Rhodes is winning. I like to see Cody win. I mean, I think.
Okay.
I would love to see Sammy win too. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cody winning is the obvious choice.
Right, but between Cody and Sammy, who do you want more to win? There's no wrong answers.
It's a tough call. I mean, story-wise, Sammy winning makes more sense. But also, I don't know. Cody's got this whole thing about winning the championship for his family.
I was just going to say, though. And also...
taking the grandest stage of the mall to win it.
And also how he went out.
Yeah.
Like, that's a 1-2 punch. It was the match.
Yep.
So, like, it was Saturday. He blew his pec. And then for some god-awful reason, he was like, I'll wrestle the match.
Yeah.
And then the next, so it was that a Saturday? I think it was a Sunday pay-per-view. They might have still done this. No, it might have been a Saturday. Anyway, then the next, like the 2 nights later on SmackDown or on Raw, he gets like, it's fucking jammed in the spot and everything. And they're like working it. And I was just like, it's so horrible. So, I mean, I would say like either one has a built-in story that would be awesome for them to win.
Yeah. I mean,
but so basically you're saying Cody, you want to win, but also you think he's going to win. That's ultimately where you're at.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I think that's the moneymaker. If you're not going to get Roman and Rock, then Cody and Roman is the moneymaker for WrestleMania.
It is the moneymaker. But I could also argue that Zayn would also be the moneymaker, but who knows? It might peak in Montreal and then that's it, right?
Yeah. I mean,
it's tough to say.
Can go down.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of stuff can go down. So
who will last the longest? Gunther.
Oh,
Gunther's going to last the longest.
Oh, I was actually leaning more towards Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
I was looking at Seth Rollins as pulling off the Iron Man, but Gunther. Well, especially if you're saying Gunther is like first or second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Hey, Drew can take him out.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, and set up for their begin planting the seeds to set up. Yeah. Although, as much as like I'm gonna go nuts to see Brock Lesnar and Lashley at WrestleMania, Gunther had said that he would love to wrestle Brock Lesnar.
Well. Maybe after WrestleMania.
Which, I mean, with Brock's schedule, who knows? Who knows?
I mean,
but so then, yeah. So my Iron Man is Seth Rollins. Now, most eliminations, which Brock has at 13.
I mean, just looking at this list for most eliminations. I'm going probably Gunther again. I think he's going to really kill it in the Rumble.
Brock has 13.
Yeah, well, he's not going to touch 13. I don't think Brock is going to be in this Rumble very long. I think it's going to be him and Lashley just destroying each other and then just...
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And that's going to be
I actually was kind of thinking Bobby Lashley would get the most eliminations.
Yeah.
And get 14. So just one more.
Oh yeah,
than Brock
again. Yeah, it's possible.
But then that means that he would have to come in fairly early, or he'd have to come in fairly late, and then just destroy swaths of people.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brock did it. Brock did 13, so but that's kind of where I was thinking. But I like how you got the Gunther double bill.
I really think he's gonna fucking.
He's so fucking good.
Oh, he's amazing, man.
He is so
damn good. He is so damn good that when I'm playing my SmackDown game in GM mode, I'm fucking drafting Gunther in my top fucking 2 every time.
Like when he was Walter on NXT UK, I was like, oh man, because I've been wanting to see him wrestle for quite some time because I've heard about him and I've seen clips of him and I'm like, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. I loved how he had this throwback look where he was just a big dude. He didn't have like chiseled abs or like serrations or whatever. He was just he's just a big dude who would fucking palm your chest.
My chest hurts when I see some of those land. I'm like, oh
yeah. And then like I will say when he got called up and Vince was like, you're gonna be Gunther and you're gonna this that, he was just like, yeah, it's a different character. I'll just it's a new opportunity for me. I'm just gonna do this. But I do like how Vince was on him and then soured almost immediately and then got let go. And Triple H was like, don't worry, you're in good hands. You are in good hands. So
how about returns? Who do you think you're going to see for returns? Do you think we're going to see Edge in the Rumble?
No. It's because Edge is such a top name, and I mean, like I think he said himself, he's only got like maybe 1 or 2 matches left before he's done. Like he's gonna lace up the boots.
I think.
So I mean, hold on. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna say no, simply because that's a hard way for him to set up his final 2 matches or whatever.
I think it's going to depend on whether Finn is in the match or not. I think if Finn's in the match, Edge is in the match.
Well, I mean, they need bodies, so I think Finn is definitely going to be in the match.
Edge and Finn is 100% happening at WrestleMania.
I don't know about WrestleMania.
I mean, he destroyed his wife. I think it's happening at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I feel like that's one of those like mixed tag matches because you also have to give Beth the opportunity to put her hands on Rhea Ripley, which would be awesome. Like that would be awesome.
Maybe Elimination Chamber then.
While I'm saying 100% that is a Mania match, whether it's Finn and Edge or the mixed tag.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, we're talking like 2 nights too.
Yeah. Lots.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, Edge. I'll agree. I'll say yeah.
Hell, I wouldn't. Maybe they'll have the mixed tag at Elimination Chamber and then have the 1-on-1 at WrestleMania. Because Rhea will be busy winning championships at WrestleMania.
Yeah, which was another reason why I was saying no to WrestleMania because ideally Rhea's winning a fucking title. But you know what? Yeah, I think I don't necessarily think Edge will be in the Rumble, but he will be there.
Okay.
Like he'll pull one of those like at ringside type deals, right?
Right.
Where he'll like pop out of the crowd just as like Finn is about to get eliminated and he's going to help Finn get eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And then like beat the fucking piss out of him or whatever. Or like tag him a couple of times and then Finn just runs. Just gets the hell out of there. Yeah, actually, yeah, okay. So yeah.
Because I'm just thinking like they've already announced Cody's coming, so that surprise is gone. So there's got to be a couple surprises in here. I don't think we're going to see Orton. I don't think he's ready to go, if he ever will be again.
He was one I was thinking. Riddle will be back for Rumble.
I think Riddle's going to come back on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Orton was one I was thinking about because, like, I always find it interesting, like, when they stay quiet, sometimes, like, WWE stays quiet because they want it to be a surprise.
Right.
So they don't give you the constant updates about Orton. So that way, when he shows up, we're like, oh, fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but also, obviously, sometimes they keep quiet because they don't want us to think that he could come back, and he really isn't. Because I mean, I hope that he comes back. I really do.
Me too. I want him to go out on his own terms.
Yeah, I want him to come back, win the title.
Yeah.
Put over Riddle.
One more time. Win
and
that
then,
one more time.
Put over Riddle. Main event, like make him a made man. He puts over Riddle with the title and then rides off into the sunset.
Hey, they could even do that during the Rumble. They could have Riddle and Orton return, and then everyone's like, RK Bro, and then Orton eliminates Riddle. And there you go. There's the kickstart. Or
Riddle eliminates Orton.
Oh, they could go the heel route for Riddle. Yeah, that's true.
I think it actually would be better because, I mean, Riddle fucking shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
With all his extracurricular shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was already treading water as the stoner babyface retread that they did for the last 2 months, where he was hanging out with Elias for reasons,
Yep.
So I think the heel turn would be better for Riddle than Orton, and also Orton can go out as a babyface.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd
be cool.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who else is out right now?
Well, Orton was the one. I wasn't thinking Edge. Orton was the one that I was thinking was going to be the big surprise.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm even trying to think like back in the day, like a Kurt Angle or something like that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Although the Kurt Angle shit with DX was actually pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Oh man, that was funny.
I remember when I was watching it and I was like, what the fuck is Kurt doing? And then I was like, oh God, I hope this isn't a situation where he doesn't know where he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they're like, what the hell are you doing here? He's just like, oh, I just always wanted to be a part of the group. You guys are so cool. Check this out. He's got a DX shirt on. And he's doing the sucking. I was like, that's the greatest. But I was super pumped that they all put over Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther comes out and they were all like, no. Even Triple H was like, no, there's no way.
I'm retired.
None of us want any part of you. There's no way.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got who do you think is the surprise return for the women's side? Because we didn't do that one.
Naomi.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the top of the list for the surprise return. If she does get in, I'm gonna be hard pressed to see her not win though.
That's true. That's true.
Because Rhea can get it however she wants.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have to win this Rumble because she's still she's young, she's in phenomenal shape, and B, they're already positioning her as an anchor for that division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're already sitting there saying Bianca, Rhea, these are the future. When the Charlotte's because Charlotte and Lynch are already in attraction status because they can go for months, come back, do whatever, come back, right? So they're in that stage right there. So you need other reliables all the time, right? But having said that, if Rhea were to win, even though Naomi came back, I'd totally be fine with that too.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm thinking it's gotta be Naomi, right? Who else could it be?
Yeah.
I guess it could be Beth Phoenix.
Well, I mean, on the celebrity side, Beth definitely could.
Yeah.
Could certainly do, especially to try and fuck over Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Just to go in and she doesn't even care about winning the Rumble. She just wants to fuck up Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
You know? And then have her get eliminated by Rhea Ripley to, like you said, set up the tag match for Elimination Chamber match, which I think that works really well.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe we might see Alexa Bliss, but not Alexa Bliss, like Fiend Bliss.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It would be interesting. But yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm thinking like
but even on the men's side, like for the guest stuff, it's like usually the same old crew type of thing.
Yeah.
All
year long, I was thinking it was going to be Sasha, and now it clearly isn't. So it's gotta be Naomi. Who else could it be?
Yeah. Well, like I said, aside from like say Chelsea Green, I think Chelsea Green is almost a lock.
Yeah.
But Naomi would like be the big surprise return. I think her for sure.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Mandy Rose did show up.
For the one match even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can see it.
She did an interview where she basically was kind of like, I had no idea. Like the day of, they just went, okay, you're losing the title. And she's like, okay. And then after she lost the belt, they're like, yeah, go see that guy. Yeah, you're gone. And here's why.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, like, all right. But like I said, like, it's not like this was a surprise. She said, like, I've gone to them before and I said, okay, this is going to be a little bit risque. So they kind of knew. And I mean, she obviously knew she was expecting some sort of blowback, but it's not like anybody said, hey, you don't do that shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. I think it might have been just one of those knee-jerk reaction type deals. And then they just kind of went, well, we have to kind of live with it. So yeah. But it's so disappointing too, because like she was literally on the cusp of going to SmackDown. I have a feeling she was going to SmackDown with Toxic Attraction and doing what they should have done with Damage Control and have her just run the division.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But that's pretty much where I'm at. Naomi, yes.
I'd be surprised if the Iconics came out.
I would pop so hard. Oh, I would pop so fucking hard.
If
like I'll pop for Chelsea Green, obviously, and I'll pop for Deonna Purrazzo if they actually do sign her. Yep. But I'll pop for the Iconics. If for a one and done, I'll fucking pop for them.
Even one and done.
Even the Bellas. I'll pop for the Bellas too.
Yeah.
In fact, the Bellas actually were hilarious because they got a ticket to go to Raw. They decided not to, and they went to a concert and then shit talk Raw.
They were on all the advertisements for it too. The Legends return, and they're on there.
Paid for tickets and everything, and then they were like, nah. But then again, I watched that Raw, and it sucked dick for the woman.
Yeah. Well,
no mention of Trish, no mention of Lita. I mean, not even a clip of the main event on Raw between those two. Charlotte, she did cut a promo and mention some of the stuff about the women's revolution and things like that, and all well and good. She named some names, which also all well and good. Yeah. But it's like your fucking father came out and introduced you as a legend on Raw, but we don't talk about any of the other women I mentioned. Okay, all right, fine. You get like what I think it was 5 minutes for women, and it was Bianca and what's her face?
Oh, Alexa?
No, she's feuding with Charlotte on SmackDown. She used to be the GM or whatever.
Oh, Sonya Deville.
Yeah, Sonya Deville, who I love.
I love Sonya too.
But like,
she's fantastic.
She's feuding with Charlotte, and then Charlotte's like, well, I'm on your show, Bianca, so if you want to take her out, go right ahead. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense. If I was Sonya, I'd be like, I don't want to wrestle you. I'll beat you any other day of the week, but I want her. I want Charlotte.
Yeah.
But whatever. Match was fine. Like, it was a good match. It was just one of those, like, eh.
Yeah.
Although I did like how Charlotte came out in silver. Bianca came out in gold.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going at it at WrestleMania.
It'll be a great match. It'll be a great match.
Yeah. Though I think Charlotte would win it. I don't think Bianca could win 3 in a row. I don't see it happening.
But if that's the case, then like I don't want her to wrestle Charlotte at WrestleMania then. Like I agree. I don't think like I kind of think that's one of the reasons why I'm saying I think she loses to Alexa on Rumble.
Yep.
And then whatever happens at Elimination Chamber might dictate the story, but I think ultimately Bianca is not wrestling for the title at WrestleMania, which is fine. I'm okay with that. She's had an incredible run. She can drop down a bit so that other people can test the waters and see. Because who knows, Alexa, it might be fucking awesome, especially if we get like close to Alexa from like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Where she was wrestling like every week and she was showing everybody like I can fucking go.
Yep.
You know. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Actually, the real winner of the Women's Rumble is Carmella. Not only is she going to win the Rumble, she's going to be the longest lasting and she's going to have the most eliminations. Why? Because Mella is money.
Here's a trophy for your performance.
Oh, you're already giving that back to me? Okay. Fine.
I'll take
whatever.
it. I'll take it. I'll repaint it as Nightwing.
I don't have actually I'm already like debating on I'm trying to find a cool Nightwing like pose or whatever. But like the statues and stuff for Nightwing largely suck dick.
A lot of statues are really bad.
Most of them are actually.
Yeah.
They're either like so crazy good where I'm like, I would love to have that, but they're like thousands of dollars. And you're like, I don't want it that badly.
You're like, awesome statue, adult responsibilities.
Not even. It's awesome statue, thousands of dollars. Like it's not even adult responsibilities, it's thousands of dollars. It's like you have to justify. How can you justify? Like there's one, I actually reached out to the guy. I messaged him because I was like, it was a Nightwing statue.
Yeah.
And I was like, that thing is awesome. It's absolutely incredible. How much? And I think he said it was like $3,000.
Oh, must have been one of those big sideshow style ones.
It was on Nerdverse, the Instagram post.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's not true. I have a picture of it. I'll send it to you to let you know. It was like 3 to 5. I emailed him and then literally I was like, I'm so sorry to waste your time. There's no way I could do that now. So I'm really sorry. It's still awesome, but he was cool. He was like, yeah, okay, cool, thanks. But I was just like, like I was expecting a couple $100.
This is probably American too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like $5,000 Canadian.
Yeah. So no.
No. For the Rumble, I do we see The Rock?
I'm saying no.
I'm saying no as well.
I'm saying 100% no because
if we don't see him, he's not at WrestleMania.
Well, I've been saying for a while now, but yeah, 100%. We're not going to see him on Rumble for sure, which of course means he is for sure not for Mania. I mean, like they were even asking Austin. Yeah. They were even saying like, "Hey, Austin, man, you want a couple of $1 million to wrestle Roman at WrestleMania just in case Rock can't do it?" And it's like, if Rock doesn't show up, you go with Cody. That's it. If Rock shows up, then you go with The Rock, even though if you're going to go The Rock, I don't think Roman should have the belts. But at this stage, he has to have the belts.
Rock loses. If he doesn't have the belts, it could go either way.
No, you could still have Reigns beat Roman or beat The Rock. It's just it's one of those things where I'm trying to look at it where we don't have Roman win at WrestleMania, so we can take the fucking belts off them, split them up between the two shows, and then that's it. That's the only reason why I don't want Roman winning at all. So that's why I don't want him wrestling The Rock, because he's got both belts. And he doesn't, like, you beat The Rock, which is great, and it's one of the last big money matches for the next couple of years, because obviously these talent will build up, because like Cody will get to that point where, you know, Gunther and Cody will be like a big money match, right?
Yeah.
And we can still milk Brock Lesnar for a bit, and Lashley's getting to be on the cusp. Rollins is made. He's main event for life now.
Oh, easy.
Like I said, he's bulletproof. Like, he could eat shit for the next 6 months straight, lose every fucking match. They'll still sing his song. They'll still laugh along. He could still dance like a goon and still sell merch like crazy. So, yeah. But yes, no, ultimately, I think Brock's, it's out of the picture. Maybe next year, because we talked about this, and I'm thinking like 40 is a marquee number.
Yeah, it's a marquee
number. But again, it goes against my arguments, because I'm saying Rock's 50.
Rock's 50 and Roman's hot right now.
He's going to get older. Like, he's only getting older. And you're right. I think Roman right now is the hottest that he's ever going to be. After WrestleMania, he's going to cool off. He'll come back and he'll still be huge.
Yep.
He'll be a made man, and I think he'll get into that bulletproof sort of, like, he could potentially get into the Brock Lesnar role, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, Seth is looking more like he's in the Triple H Undertaker role.
Right.
Whereas, like, not necessarily like explosive wrestler. Whereas, like, Roman and Brock are explosive wrestlers. Their style is explosive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, would it be a Camcast without a Titan cameo?
Oh, he booped you. He booped you. He got you
I
with
got
his nose.
booped.
I know, bud. I'm almost done. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, so overall, I think Rumble is going to be really good. I mean, as far as I know, Vince is still, his fingers aren't in Rumble at all. So, like, aside from the Pitch Black match, that's the only one where I'm like,
up in the air. It's either going to be not great or it's going to maybe be really great. So,
I honestly, I think it's either going to be like the Funhouse match where I'm just like, whoa, this was a lot cooler than I thought it was ever going to be. Or it's going to be like the Swamp match where I'm like, oh, yeah, it's much as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is just fucking garbage. But the difference, of course, is that, like, Bray will be wrestling LA Knight as opposed to Braun Strowman, where Braun Strowman is really good at what he can do, but he's also very limited in what he can do.
Right.
Which, and I know it sounds like I'm knocking Braun. I'm not the hugest fan of Braun now than I was before.
I've never really been a Braun fan. I find him incredibly boring.
Oh, for a while there, I was huge. Yeah. I was actually right up on him until he did the feud with Bray Wyatt, and then after that, I was just kind of like, ugh. And I think they tried to do this gimmick where one of the last gimmicks he had where he was bullied in high school. Like, as a kid, he was bullied. So he's going to bully the bullies. And I was like, you're going to, like, the monster among men? And you're going to have him go out there and be like, I was bullied as a kid and it sucked. So I understand how it feels to be bullied. And you're like, no, shut up. Stop talking.
Poor guy.
You know, and then, well, then, of course, just the whole control your narrative shit was just like...
Yeah, that really kind of put a sour taste in my mouth.
Which, speaking of which, February 17th, CWE is coming back.
Hell yeah.
Austin Aries is the headliner.
Ah.
He was one of the more vocal COVID deniers. He, like, I think, aside from CWE, I think, like, he pretty much, he torched his career everywhere, like, in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Just with all his BS. But anyway, I still do want to go see it, though.
So, yeah, I want to go see it. I was even thinking about, you see, AEW's going to be in Winnipeg in March.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah. Oof. I know.
That's tempting.
It is tempting.
It is tempting.
It's very tempting.
But I'm going to have to say nay, even though I really...
Yay! Hey, maybe we could go to Toys R Us and get Chris Jericho signed.
Yeah, no kidding. I love how you froze.
Chris Jericho.
I love how you froze like this. No, you're a little bit more tilted back. But anyway, you'll see it. You'll see it when you play it back.
Perfect.
But yeah, so all in all, I think overall Rumble is going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good.
Me too.
Like I said, the Pitch Black match, it's either going to be, I think, really like Funhouse style interesting. So not for everybody, but I loved it. I was like, that's one of the best Bray Wyatt matches I've ever seen in my entire life. And John Cena was along for the ride. The Rumbles themselves, you know what? Like last year's Rumbles weren't really that exciting. They weren't. They were boring.
I mean, Ronda and Brock won. You know, it's just
yeah. So I think these ones have the potential to be really exciting.
I think these Rumbles are going to be way better this year.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for the men's. I think the men's is going to have a lot of storytelling in it.
Oh, the men's is going to be stellar. It's going to be absolutely, and I think you're right. There's going to be a bunch of little stories. I think the women, first of all, they need to announce more of the actual combatants in it, but also. It's kind of a sign of the women's division as a whole is there's not too many stories in the women's division, period.
Right.
Like Rhea Ripley is being talked about winning it, but her story is just what she's doing with Dominic and Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with what she's doing in the women's division at all, because even though she's at the height, she has nothing to do with the division.
It's true. It's true.
And I mean, like aside from Damage Control, but their story has been it's all been Belair and Becky Lynch. So that has nothing to do with the Rumble. So I'm hoping that they do something to make the women's exciting.
Yeah. The fact that they've only announced 7 out of 30 is kind of like.
It makes me think that there's not actually going to be 30 and it's only going to be 20.
Oh, maybe. Which is stupid because they have the women. They have the women. Between both shows, we've talked about how they need more titles. So clearly they got enough women to do a Rumble, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Either way, I think it's gonna be a good show.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us on a live Geek Pants Camcast, a special prediction show for the Royal Rumble. Oh, wait, hold on. Is there any more Instaquestions?
I mean, there was a couple more, but we could save them for next time.
Okay, let's save them for next time.
Let's save them for next time because you were on a nice roll here with the sign off.
And I fucked it.
And it's live. Anyway, I can't even edit it out.
It's all good. It's all good because they know the drill. They know where they can find us. They know that they can find us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and geekpantsmedia.com. They know that's where they can find us. They also know that they can hear us on Apple and Google Podcast, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Audible.
There it is. All of these places we can be found.
There you go.
There it is. Right. So
I'm done. So if you want to keep rambling,
we're gonna sign off. All right.
Oh, right. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
And bye, Kenneth.
Good night, Chris.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right.
All right.
Later, buddy.
Get the fuck out of here.
These pancakes are delicious.